In our today's class, I've got Mr. Arpan, who thinks him to be Iron Man. Okay,
Iron Man.
so I'm gonna test a small, brief interview of my devoted student. Okay, he is very talented. Okay, first of all, yeah, he is devotee of Lord Krishna. Just because he's wearing a garland of tulsi. You know the unusual thing.
We are the
These
dog in the
boy,
well.
yeah, we are the slave to God. And actually, he was born in Singapore. So by birth, he is Singapuri, like Singapuri banana. But he was brought to India after he was born. That's why he is an Indian as
Indian
well.
orange.
And he feels himself to be proud
As an
to,
Indian.
to be called Indian. I've got some couple of questions for Arpan. I just want to test his memory and how he thinks over my question. So let's find out.
Okay, I will try my best to answer your questions, sir.
Definitely. I know you are the little genius of Siliguri, Einstein, I call you. Anyway, my first question is that, Arpan, I just want to know simply from you, what is the major differences between a knowledge and a language? You hold it to your, close to your mouth.
So, language. Language is a communicating path
Keep it steady
through
over here and then talk.
through which we can communicate with each other.
Okay.
The thing we communicate with each other is the knowledge. Without knowledge, language is nothing.
Okay. Could you please make it more clear?
Sir, suppose in your birthday, I gifted you a bike.
Okay, very good. He gifted me a bike on my birthday.
Yes.
Another lie. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Continue.
Okay, sir.
Suppose-
Then the bike you got without fuel, you can't ride it.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
nothing.
That's true.
And if I give you a fuel without the bike, it's also
Useless.
useless.
I cannot run
Ride the bike.
Okay.
So you need the both to enjoy your riding.
Okay.
Similarly, we need language as well as knowledge. Without knowledge, language is nothing, and without language, knowledge is nothing. We can't communicate with each other.
So this is the secret of fluency, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I have also seen that the students that you teach in the government school, 80% are fluent in English. They're much fluent than other students that teach that learn on the other tuitions.
Okay.
What is the secret behind this, sir? What is the technique that you use?
Okay, very good. Good questions. So I asked him one question in return. He asked me another second question. The question is very simple. As you might have noticed, most of the students, no matter from which background they may be from West Bengal government, they may be from the schools where they learn English as a second language, right? They also attend 2 days in a week. You also attend 2 days in a week. And so many students, yeah, you attending 4 days. Anyway, I made a mistake. He's coming to my class 4 days in a week. Just because he loves me a lot and I love him back equally. Newton's third law, you know? Anyway, so the secret why my students, majority means 90% of my students from Bengali medium who speak English as a second language, they are so fluent in English like you, means like students from English background, just like you. The secret is that it depends on how I teach them and what are the terms and conditions I tell them to follow. Only my students know what I give them for home task and self practice. Okay. For example, I just try to keep them engaged in English environment. Now we are living in the smart digital world. If my students are here in my classroom, I make them feel that this is Washington DC. This is New York Times Square. Means they cannot find the Bengali environment. This is what I create in my classroom. But when they are disconnected, means when they are at home or outside, that time I keep them busy with the help of technology. Anytime I give them questions. In the group, I have my WhatsApp group where I connected all my students who are taking lessons or tuitions from me. I keep them busy no matter where they are every time. And sometimes, more importantly, my students are also my YouTube subscribers. And every Sunday, especially weekend, I make a virtual class. See, you see my offline classes, but you don't see my online classes because these things happen secretly, in the darkness. Because I conduct my extra online classes with my students at night. So that is the biggest platform. My students are getting more English environment and they are improving just like English medium school. The great benefit for my students is they don't need to pay that much amount of money which you are paying, means your parents are paying for you. Okay, so the guardians of my students are lucky enough to send them for me in my class. Okay, anyway, my next question is for you, and you don't know the question I'm going to ask you.
Okay, sir. I will try. Let's see.
Why is it important in the society, especially a society like West Bengal, society like any state in India, to develop English communication skill? Why is it so vital nowadays, especially for the corporate world or for the private sectors? Why is it important?
So, according to my opinion, in this state or the community we belong, they have enough knowledge, but they can't communicate with each other.
Yes.
That's the main reason. They want the language
Yes.
to
And the
communicate with.
company wants that type of candidates or employees who have extraordinary communication skill, who can sell their products, who can
Yes,
sell
sir.
their services better than others. And the people who are very, very good communicator, they get the priority in the company, right?
Yes, sir.
During the campus selection of any engineering college, the same thing happens.
Yes,
It
sir.
doesn't matter how much knowledge you have stored in your brain, but it really matters how much knowledge you can convey, you can express through your language. That's why language is also very important. Holding knowledge and keeping it in your brain forever and dying one day is not what we expect. Okay. And especially to show our talent, we have to show it. But majority of the people, if you want to show that you know English communication, so you have to prove that you can speak in English and you need to involve yourself in that type of environment very frequently. Just like पता है ना हिंदी में कैसे बातें करता है
हाँ,
पता है ना तो हिंदी हम लोग कैसे डेवलप किया है हिंदी को डेवलप करने के लिए हम लोग एनवायरनमेंट से पिकअप कर लिया है ना क्योंकि हिंदी मेरा सब्जेक्ट भी नहीं था हिंदी मेरा टीचर भी नहीं था
पर मेरा
और
था।
इवन या यू हैड योर हिंदी एज योर
Yes, sir.
सेकंड लैंग्वेज में भी सेकंड और थर्ड लैंग्वेज सो हिंदी कैसे सीखा एनवायरनमेंट से हर एक रोज़ सुनना और इवन की गाना भी सुनते हैं हम लोग हिंदी बॉलीवुड मूवीज़ भी देखते हैं इसीलिए एंड इट हैज़ बीन गोइंग ऑन फॉर सो लॉन्ग राइट वी हैव बीन वॉचिंग मूवीज लिसनिंग टू हिंदी सॉन्ग्स इट्स मोर देन ईयर्स बहुत सालों से चल रहा है एंड इन दिस प्रोसेस वी कैन लर्न एनी लैंग्वेज नॉट ओनली हिंदी इवन वी कैन डू इट इन केस ऑफ इंग्लिश like you never get a chance to say in Bengali after you enter my class.
Yes, sir.
But the moment you just step out from my class, you encounter Bengali and the ordinary
the society.
People. Yes, the society.
Affects
and
us.
Society affects you a lot. And environment affects you a lot. So this is very important to sow a seed into a right environment. So Arpan has come to a right environment. He's telling, sir, I don't want anything. Just simply make me exactly the way you are. And I promised him, okay, don't worry. You'll be my second copy. You'll be my right hand like these biceps, you know. You guys can
yes,
see
sir,
my
yes.
biceps. It's developing day by day. And Arpan is also developing his knowledge and mind. That's why you cannot see his physical growth. But he's just going through the internal growth right now. Anyway, you got it? How my students develop their English communication skill.
Yes, sir.
This is the environment as you're getting right here, right now. Okay. Okay, Arpan, tell me, what was your first impression the day when you just met me with your father?
The first day I met with you, I was very nervous to say what the English skill that you have. But when you start talking with me, then I approved that I can speak too with you.
Yes. And the moment you started enjoying my classes, the day you started learning more knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Actually, he comes to me to learn English. Okay. But I teach him knowledge more than language. Because language is just only a medium of communication. But your knowledge This is the most important things. Means how you talk in English, it doesn't matter so much sometimes. But what you talk in English
It's the matter.
is really matters. Okay. So I am developing him to improve what he should talk in his conversation. Anyway, so this is why English language here in India or in West Bengal is so much important. Because if you go to work for the corporate sector, for example, like MNCs or any private sectors
Yes.
or like organization, those who are connected with the international business, commerce means like business, right? And our business is connected globally. Or any type of job if you want to do and the company is connected internationally or the company is working here nationwide means all across this country it has branches, you have to know English then.
Yes, sir.
But if you're just working in a local company in your locality, for example selling tea in your locality to the people who speak in Bengali, you don't need English. Or something that you're dealing with the local people, you are not connected nationally or internationally, you don't need English.
Yes.
But definitely you're going to face so many problems because everybody, not everybody knows Bengali.
Yes, sir.
That will be your problem because our business doesn't see the caste, doesn't see the religion, doesn't see the language. Our business sees growth,
Yes.
selling, earning, learning. And to fulfill all these purposes, we need only one international language, right?
English.
Another more point I would like to add why English is important. Here in India, we have 22 languages registered in our constitution. It means we have 22 languages registered, but we have more than 100 languages spoken here in India by Indians. And we have 28 states. But the interesting thing is, all these states, they have their specific regional language as well. It means if you go to Assam, people in living in Assam, they will speak Assamese. If you travel to Gujarat, people living in Gujarat, they will speak Gujarati. If you go to Tamil, people, they will speak Tamil. If you go to West Bengal, means if you come here where we are just living, people speak mostly in Bengali. If you go to like famous Puri, Odisha, if you go to Odisha, the people living in Odisha speak in Oriya. That is also quite unlike Bengali language. It is not like that. So here, if you just step out of your state, you will be confused if you don't know English. Otherwise, you have to learn all the languages of the states to communicate with the people living there, right? And communication is a very vital part nowadays. All the business entrepreneurs, all the businessmen, all the motivational speakers, national and international. I'm not talking about the local. I'm talking about the national and international motivational speakers. English is very vital, inevitable, like oxygen. So our target is not the locality. Our target is international. That's why we're developing international extraordinary communication skill here in this class. Siliguri, ward number 36. Okay, remember the place. Siliguri, West Bengal, ward number 36 is the place where we're just making an environment like Washington, D.C. or New York, Times Square. Let me know who you are. Who are you?
So I am a boy.
Yeah, I can see you. I don't need to see your Aadhaar card to identify that you are a boy. Say,
So
go
my
on.
name is Arpan Sarkar. I am at 7th standard in Journals Academy. I live in West Bengal only, but I am communicating.
How old are you?
I am 13 years old.
What's your ambition? That means, what's your ambition? Yeah, when I'm talking, hold it close to my mouth. When you're answering, hold it close. Okay. Arpan, I just want to know, how would you like to help the people living in the society when you grow up?
Sir, by
Okay, I'm making this question simpler. What do you want to be and what do you want to do in future after education?
after education, I want to be a scientist, space scientist.
My God. Space scientist.
Yes, sir, my dream was that only.
Don't say dream was. My
Was,
dream is.
sir, was.
So you have to work on your dream.
But my mother is telling to.
Repeat again. I will remove this part. She wants me to be a doctor.
She wants me to be a doctor in the future.
Okay. So your mom wants you to be a doctor in future and you want to be a scientist, space scientist in future, and I
Yes,
want you
sir.
to be a great speaker. Okay, so who are you going to listen to? Listen, you don't need to listen to anyone. I would like to focus on the strength. I would working on it, and you must follow your dream. Okay, you must follow your dream, but on your way there are so many hurdles, so many obstacles. You need to beat them all. You need to be dedicated to your goal. Otherwise, our society is very cruel. Okay, our society will never let you go to your destination and fulfill your dreams.
They will hold back.
Yes. So you need to be just like a sun. If you want to shine like a sun, you
You
have to
want
first
to burn like
burn
a
like
sun.
a sun. Said by APJ Abdul Kalam, but today he is no more. That's why I'm repeating. Okay, so that you can also get to know
Next
again.
Abdul Kalam.
Yeah, no. He's saying I'm the next Abdul Kalam. No, I never consider myself to be an Abdul Kalam, but I can be better than him.
Yes.
At least I can hope. Because you have to dream big, right? To dream big, you don't need to pay money and taxes. So why dreaming so small? Anyway, so space. You want to be a space scientist. So you have to be very good enough in physics, like Elon Musk. Hmm?
Yes.
Elon Musk. Do you know Elon Musk? Who is your idol? Means who is the person, idol person that you
Einstein.
follow? Einstein. Oh my God. I call him that he's a crazy person, you know?
Yes, sir. Me too.
Einstein. Well, but I see you would be a better version of Einstein. You know, you can expect big. As I said, dream big. You don't need to pay tax. You don't need to pay money for that. You can be better than... See, Einstein, what he said? Don't follow others. Okay, if you're following others, that means you are losing opportunity to create something new. To do something new, you have to make mistake because we learn from one mistake. And Einstein said, the things which you are already reading, the things which are already written or discovered by someone, and you are repeating, you are reading the same thing, you're not going to discover something new, you're not going to invent something new. Even Einstein said that means don't follow only his rule. But he tells us, by this quotation, he tells us, by this philosophy, he tells us, everyone should create something new, just like the way he created. E is equal to MC square. So he wants us to create some rules.
New that can change our world.
Yes, that is what Einstein wanted. And you are reading the things that Einstein has written. That means you are not going to do better than Einstein if you follow his steps only. So you have to imagine. And that's why Einstein said one more line that is very, very influential. He said, imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge means whatever information the world has discovered, or world scientists have discovered, you know it. You're holding in your brain the same thing, not any new updates. But he said imagination is more important than knowledge. So you have to imagine. Okay? Imagination is more important. Can you prove it?
Yes, sir.
So according to Einstein, he said imagination is more important than knowledge. I'm going to prove it by a living example. Which is the tallest building in the world right now?
Burj Khalifa.
Burj Khalifa.
Burj Khalifa.
Burj Khalifa. So Burj Khalifa is the tallest building, but today we can see Burj Khalifa standing in Dubai, 163 floors, and it costs 1.2 billion dollars, US dollar that time. Adrian Smith is the architect, major architect of Burj Khalifa. Now, before building Burj Khalifa, he imagined the design. That's why Burj Khalifa, it is unique, one and only in the whole world, right? Because it is out of the imagination of the architect Adrian Smith. Now, Adrian Smith built Burj Khalifa in his imagination first.
Yes.
And after the design appeared in his imagination, he simply took it down on a piece of paper. And then he made the model of Burj Khalifa. And then he engaged thousands of employees to bring it to reality. And finally, today we can see the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. But that is possible only because one day Adrian Smith imagined this Burj Khalifa in his imagination. So I proved imagination
is greater than knowledge.
knowledge. If you want to bring your dreams to reality,
You need to
you have to
imagine.
imagine first. Okay? So let me up to this moment. We have to go. We have to do more important works together. We have another plan. This is Sunday. We're going to make it fun day. Okay, so you guys stay connected with this channel and to tolerate our conversation.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, definitely. And to tolerate our lengthy conversation, unproductive maybe. No, this is not unproductive
This
at
is
all.
productive.
This is very productive and encouraging. So listen to our conversation more. See you in the next video. Till then, enjoy the Sunday and start walking from Monday. Bye-bye.